The cure for derealization. 3 techniques to anchor your mind back to reality. The world looks fake, your body feels on autopilot, and it's like there's glass between you and life. If that's you, you're not broken, your brain's on a safety setting. Today I'll show you 3 evidence-based techniques you can use immediately. The sensory anchor, a safe physical shock to reset your state, and the acceptance paradox to stop the fear loop. This is a follow-up to our DPDR explainer, because you asked for tools, not theory. We'll keep it practical with practice plans and troubleshooting. There's one mistake that secretly prolongs DPDR. Stick around so you don't make it. Let's anchor you fast. Before you start, safety, scope, and expectations. Quick safety check before we train your brain. Depersonalization and derealization are dissociative experiences where you feel detached from yourself, depersonalization, or from your surroundings, derealization. They're common in anxiety and stress, and while they're disturbing, they're not psychosis. About half of people experience at least one transient episode in their lifetime, while only about 1 to 2% develop a persistent or chronic disorder that causes ongoing distress. Onset often starts in adolescence or early adulthood, average around age 16, is less common after the mid-20s, and is rare after 40. If you have sudden severe confusion, head injury, loss of memory, suicidal thoughts, uncontrolled substance use, new neurological symptoms, or you're unsure what you're experiencing, please contact a medical professional first. If you already have a diagnosis or you're dealing with familiar DPDR symptoms, these tools can help you manage and reduce them. Set expectations. These techniques modulate symptoms and reduce fear, but they're not a permanent on-off switch. Think skills you can deploy and make automatic. We're aiming for shorter episodes, lower intensity, and faster recovery. Core principle. The trap that keeps people stuck is panic about the symptoms. The, "oh no, what if this never ends?" story. The unreal feeling isn't the main villain. The fear of the feeling is. Remember this through the whole training. Uncomfortable and unsafe are not the same thing. You can feel unreal and still be okay. Temperature safety. Use brief, safe exposures like a splash of cool water on the face or an ice cube in the palm. Here's what we are not doing. Ice baths, extreme cold shocks, or any breath holding to force the dive reflex. Those can spike adrenaline and backfire, especially if you're already anxious. Keep it cool and steady, buffered and brief. Avoid anything contraindicated by your health conditions. If you have cardiovascular issues or concerns, consult your provider. Alright, with safety covered and a clear North Star, let's move to the fastest frontline tool when an episode hits. The sensory anchor. The right way, so it actually cuts through the fog instead of becoming another ritual. Technique 1 overview. The sensory anchor. Why it works. The sensory anchor is simple. You shift attention from the scary, "what's wrong with me?" channel to the "what's here right now" channel. You're not forcing feelings to change. You're feeding your brain new input that's concrete, countable, and safe. That pivot matters because DPDR pulls attention inward to monitor threat signals and weird sensations. When you actively map the room, the colors, edges, temperatures, sounds, you re-engage systems that track the present instead of the hypothetical. Why this works in plain language: your brain is constantly deciding, am I safe? Under stress, your threat network over-prioritizes internal alarms and vague signals. Sensory grounding gives it high-quality, real-time data. The chair is firm, the mug is cool, the air vent hums at a steady pitch. That's incompatible with, "I'm in danger right now," so the alarm dampens. You're not arguing with fear, you're showing it a different picture. There's a second benefit most people miss. When you name specific details, grey ceramic mug with a hairline crack near the handle, you force precision. Precision beats vagueness. The unreal feeling thrives in vagueness. Everything's off. The moment you label edges, textures, distances, and temperatures, you compress the fog into facts. Facts are anchor points. Fog hates anchor points. The 30-second test is your quick proof. For the next half minute, pick one sense and notice only countable, nameable inputs. 3 sounds, then 2 textures. If you do that with real curiosity, you'll feel at least a 1-point drop in intensity. It's not magic, it's orientation. Orientation tells your nervous system where you are, which way is up, and what's stable. Panic loses fuel when the system knows where it is. Now here's where most people mess up. They do grounding mechanically. They rattle off chair, wall, table, without actually noticing anything. That's like reading a menu instead of eating. The The technique only works if your attention lands. Think of it as micro-observation, not a checklist. If your mind tries to check, do I feel normal yet? Bring it back to concrete detail. Internal checking is the hidden trap. It pulls you back into the fog. Another mistake is aiming for perfection. You don't need to do a long ritual or find 5 fascinating objects. Good enough grounding beats flawless grounding. The goal is a state shift, not a performance. If a public setting makes it awkward to speak out loud, you can do silent labeling. If your sight feels unreliable or trippy, switch to touch or sound first. You're not married to one modality. Why the anchor reduces panic signal strength. Attention is a limited resource. When you invest it in mapping external, stable inputs, there's less bandwidth available for catastrophic forecasting. Extended cycles of precise sensory mapping also encourage a slower pace of breathing and movement, which indirectly supports calm. You'll notice your exhale naturally lengthens when you pause to really feel the texture of your sleeve or the coolness of a glass. One more insight that clicked for many students. You're building a skill, not chasing a sensation. Sometimes the unreal feeling lingers, even as the panic drops. That still counts as a win. The nervous system learns from repetition, not single dramatic flips. Every rep that ends with, "I'm more oriented than 30 seconds ago," lays another brick in the path out. If you remember nothing else, remember this checkpoint. Detail, not default. Default is autopilot, vagueness, and scanning for danger. Detail is colors, edges, temperatures, directions, and counts. Detail pulls you here. And once you're even a little more here, the rest of the tools work better. Next, we'll use that foundation to run the 5-4-3-2-1 sequence the right way. Pace to interrupt rumination without turning it into a ritual. Technique 1 implementation. 5-4-3-2-1, step by step. Let's run the sequence the way pros use it. Precise, curious, and just fast enough to cut rumination. 5 sites. Pick 5 specific things and name concrete details. Color, edge, texture, orientation. Example style. Gray ceramic mug with a hairline crack near the handle. Sunlight stripe across carpet. If vision feels flat, briefly label that quality. Wall looks off-white and flat. And continue. You're mapping, not measuring. Skip the "do I feel normal?" Check. 4 touch cues. Shift to temperature, pressure, and texture on skin and surfaces. Fabric on collarbone, cool air on hands, chair under thighs, feet pressing into floor. If attention drifts inward, redirect to a specific cue. Ring cool on skin. Add tiny movement if helpful. Thumb and forefinger rub. Keep each cue to a couple seconds. 3 sounds. Locate near and far. HVAC hum, keyboard clicks, distant car. If sparse, include breath, fabric rustle, faint footsteps. Add simple location words, left, right, outside, to strengthen orientation. If a sudden noise spikes you, note, unexpected sound, and I'm safe, then continue. 2 smells. Get practical, sleeve, wrist, mug. If nothing obvious, use hand cream, lip balm, or name neutral room smell, and move on. You just need 2 clear inputs, no stories. 1 taste. Take a sip of water, or use mint/gum. Notice temperature, texture, and fading. If nothing's available, count a neutral taste and finish with 1 slow exhale. Pacing. Aim for 2 to 4 seconds per item. Slow enough to register detail, fast enough to interrupt rumination. If perfectionism appears, say good enough, and move on. If a sense isn't cooperating, switch modalities. Touch when sight misleads, sound in public. Common traps and fixes. Rushing creates noise. Slow the first 2 items and add 1 extra detail each. Internal checking. Do I feel real yet? Gets a tag. Not helpful. Then place attention on the nearest texture. If stuck, switch senses or run a 10-second precision. Look at 1 object, then continue. Close each round with a brief check that avoids obsession. 1 notch more here. If yes, stop or run a short loop. If not, switch senses or add 1 physiological sigh, then a micro round. Orientation over certainty. Sensory anchor variations, shortcuts, and mistakes to avoid. Now let's make the anchor easier to use anywhere. Quietly, quickly, and without turning it into another thing to obsess over. Micro rounds first. Use a 2-2-2-2-1 version when you're in public or short on time. 2 sights, 2 touches, 2 sounds, 2 smells, 1 taste or breath. Silent labeling only. Keep it under 30 seconds, so you interrupt the spiral without announcing anything. Example. Blue exit sign, scuffed floor tile. Shoes on carpet, phone warm in hand. AC hum left, voices far. Soap on sleeve, coffee faint. One slow exhale. That's enough to downshift one notch. Precision mode is your detailed drill for environments that feel fake. Pick one object and study it for 10 seconds like a scientist. Trace edges with your eyes, find imperfections, note color gradients. And reflections. Pair it with a gentle exhale so you don't hold your breath. This compresses vague unreality into concrete facts fast and works anywhere you can't do a full sequence. Movement stack is the game changer when your body feels floaty. Walk while you label. Count steps to 8, then name one detail, repeat. Or use stairs, step counts, 1 to 8, banister cool, hallway echo right. Movement floods the nervous system with proprioceptive data. Pressure shifts, muscle feedback, balance. So reality gets a stronger signal. If walking isn't possible, do a seated version. Press feet into the floor for 5 seconds while naming one texture. Now here's where most people mess up. They rush. When you rapid-fire labels, your brain treats it as noise. Fix it by slowing the first 2 items and adding 1 extra detail each. Then resume normal speed. Another trap, internal checking. The moment, "Do I feel real yet?" pops up, tag it as not helpful, and immediately place your attention on a physical cue. The chair under you, the shoe against the floor. The act of redirecting is the rep that matters. Perfectionism is sneaky. You start trying to find the right 5th object or the best scent. Use the phrase "good enough" as a release valve. 2 decent sights beat 1 perfect sight. If a step isn't available, skip it and continue. The anchor works because of attention quality, not completion score. When it's not working, don't double down on the same modality. Switch channels. Visual fog? Go tactile. Tactile numbness? Go auditory and movement. Add breath pacing. Extend the exhale slightly longer than the inhale for 3 rounds while labeling 1 detail per exhale. That tiny respiratory shift nudges your system toward calm without turning this into a breathing exercise. 2 quick calibrators. 1. The 1-notch rule. You're aiming for a single notch down, not a total reset. 2. The 30-second cap. If a round exceeds 30 seconds and you're not shifting, change modality or add movement. Over-efforting turns the anchor into a ritual and feeds the second fear loop. And the big mistake that prolongs DPDR during anchoring. Using the technique to test reality instead of to orient. Testing asks, "Am I normal yet?" That's the second fear talking. Orienting asks, "What's here right now?" Keep it about here and now detail, and the rest follows. Next, when a stronger jolt is needed, we'll add a safe physical shift to reset your state. Technique 2 overview. The physical shock, why it works. Sometimes the unreal feeling won't budge with detail alone. That's when you use a safe, brief physical shock to send a louder, clearer body signal. Think of it as flipping the channel from fuzzy internal static to a strong, unambiguous, "I'm here" message. You're not punishing yourself. You're creating a clean interoceptive headline your brain can't ignore. Here's why it helps. DPDR often comes with high arousal and vague body cues. Lightheaded, floaty, numb, or spacey. Your threat system reads those as potential danger and keeps scanning. A short, safe temperature shift, especially cold to the face or hands, creates a strong sensory input that overrides the fuzz and can nudge your autonomic state toward calm. In plain language, big, clear body signal beats hazy worry signal. You'll hear people talk about vagus nerve engagement and state shifts. You don't need to memorize anatomy. What matters is the felt effect. Heart rate settles, breath lengthens, and your attention reorients. Research on controlled cold stimuli to the face shows immediate heart rate decreases and faster recovery from stress in many people. The important part is controlled. We're using brief exposures, with breathing on purpose. No ice baths, no extreme cold shocks, and no breath holding. The mammalian diving reflex gets mentioned a lot. The internet often oversells it or uses it incorrectly. You don't need to hold your breath or shock your system with ice baths. A simple cold splash to the face, an ice cube in your palm, or a cool pack on your cheeks for under a minute can be enough to shift gears. Paired with slow exhalation, you get a clean reset without spiking yourself. When should you reach for a physical shift? Use it when anxiety is surging, your thoughts are spiraling, or the floaty unreality makes focusing impossible. If the sensory anchor feels like pushing a car uphill, a quick cold cue can flatten the hill so your anchor works again. It's also helpful after a panic spike, at the start of nighttime spirals, or before stepping into a context that reliably triggers DPDR. Now, safety and common sense. We're not doing extremes. Avoid very cold, prolonged exposure, and avoid breath holding. If you have cardiovascular issues, fainting history, cold-triggered conditions, or you're unsure, talk to your provider first and start with the gentlest version. Cool water, not ice. Always buffer cold packs with a thin cloth. If you feel dizzy, stop, sit, and switch to slow exhales and gentle tactile anchors. What most people miss is the pairing. The physical cue is the door. Your attention and breath walk you through it. If you splash cold water and then immediately check, did it work? You feed the second fear loop, the fear of the feeling. Instead, you splash, then name one concrete detail. Water beads on skin, cool fading. And take a slow, steady exhale. That sequence locks in the shift. Strong signal, orientation, longer outbreath, and no fuel for the second fear. Another key insight: shorter is better than harder. 10 to 20 seconds is plenty for an ice cube in your palm. 30 to 60 seconds is plenty for a cool pack on your cheeks, or a gentle cold shower pass over your face and forearms. You want crisp, repeatable reps you can use anywhere, not a dramatic stunt that leaves you braced and tense. You'll also stack this with micro-movements soon, posture reset, a brief walk, or the physiological sigh, to consolidate the state change. But first, you need 3 reliable temperature tools you can deploy fast. In the next section, I'll give you exact, safe protocols: how long, where to place the cold, how to breathe, and what to say to yourself, so you get the reset without backfiring. Technique 2: implementation, temperature shift protocols. Let's lock in 3 fast, safe temperature tools you can run anywhere. Keep it simple, pair each with one steady exhale, and anchor one concrete detail right after, so your brain knows, we're here. Ice cube hold. Grab a small ice cube, or something very cold. Place it in your palm or against your jawline, not directly on thin skin for too long. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds. As you hold, breathe through your nose if you can. Smooth inhale, longer exhale. Keep your shoulders loose, no bracing. Silently label what's happening. Cool, sharp, fading. If it bites too hard, shift to the other palm or add a thin cloth. The signal you're after is crisp, not punishing. When you release, name one detail you can see. Condensation bead on the cube. And exhale slowly. If anxiety is still high, repeat up to 3 rounds with brief breaks. Cold water face splash. Use a sink or a bottle. Splash cool, not painfully cold. Water onto your cheeks, forehead, and around your eyes 3 to 5 times. After each splash, fully exhale through the nose or pursed lips. Think slow, steady, and complete, like you're fogging a window. Label one tactile detail after the 3rd splash. Water running down temple, cooling. If you're wearing makeup or can't splash, wet a washcloth with cool water and press it gently to cheeks and temples for 20 to 30 seconds. Avoid breath holding, that ramps tension. You're after a calm reset, not a shock. Cold pack placement. Use a gel pack, a bag of frozen peas, or even a wrapped metal water bottle from the fridge. Buffer it with a thin towel. Place it across both cheeks, or across cheeks and nose bridge, for 30 to 60 seconds. Breathe with an extended exhale, shoulders down, jaw unclenched. Keep the pressure light. You're signaling, not numbing. If you notice bracing, consciously release your belly on the exhale. When you remove the pack, immediately orient. Room light softer on the left wall, then one more slow exhale. Limit to 2 or 3 cycles to avoid overcooling. Cold shower micropass. If you have access to a shower, set water to cool, not ice, and aim for 30 seconds. Start with elbows and forearms, then splash face and back of neck. Keep a steady, quiet exhale the whole time, like you're gently blowing through a straw. The water should feel bracing but manageable. If it steals your breath, it's too cold. Step out, towel pat, then name one stable detail in the room and press feet into the floor for 5 seconds. That sequence locks strong body signal, orientation, grounded stance. Pairing with counting or labeling. Counting gives your mind a clean task. For ice or packs, count up to 10 on the exhale, or count 3 slow exhales per round. 4 water splashes. Count each splash out loud or in your head. For the shower pass, count 8 steady exhales. After the final count, name one visual or tactile detail to tether attention outside your head. Post-shift check-in. Quick and practical. Rate detachment and anxiety on 8 to 10 scale. You're not hunting certainty, you're measuring direction. Detachment 7 to 5, anxiety 6 to 4. If you see a 1 or 2 point drop, great. Stack a microsensory anchor round immediately. 2 sights, 2 touches, 1 exhale. If numbers don't budge, but your breath feels smoother, that's still a win. Move to movement stacking next. Common mistakes and fixes. Mistake, going too cold and gasping. Fix, dial temperature to cool and steady, not icy. Mistake, breath holding. Fix, cue a longer out-breath before the cold touches skin. Mistake, using cold as a test. Did it fix me? Fix, orient after each round. Name one detail, then re-engage life. Mistake, lengthy exposure that leaves you tense. Fix keep, rounds short and repeatable. If you're in public, use a pocket ice pack or a chilled water bottle on your cheeks for 20 seconds, buffered with a sleeve. Or run cool water on your wrists in the restroom for 15 seconds while exhaling slowly. Immediately follow with a silent micro round. Tile pattern, sleeve texture, vent hum, 1 long exhale. Discreet, effective, done. If you're at night, choose the washcloth press or wrist rinse to avoid fully waking yourself. Keep lights low. After the cold, lengthen the exhale and run a low-light sensory anchor. Outline the shape of one object with your eyes. Feel the sheet texture. Listen for a distant sound. No phones, no symptom Googling. 2 quick protocols you can memorize. Reset A. Ice in palm 15 seconds. 3 long exhales. Name one detail. Micro 221 anchor. Reset B. Cool splash X3. Slow exhale between towel pat, feet press. Name one detail. Longer exhale. Pick one and make it yours so it's automatic when you need it. Physical shock stacking. Breath, posture, and movement. You've got the temperature reset. Now we lock the gains so your system doesn't bounce back to the spiral. Think of this as 3 quick dials, breath, posture, and movement, that stabilize the shift and make you feel present in your body again. Start with breath because it's the fastest lever you control. Box breathing is the simplest. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. But do it with smooth edges. No clenching on the holds, no gulping air on the inhale. Picture an equal-sided square in your head as you count. 2 to 3 rounds is plenty. If the holds feel edgy, drop the bottom hold and make it 4 inches for hold 6 out. The longer exhale quietly tells your system, we're safe. The thing most people miss is that quality matters more than length. Silky breath, not forced breath. If you catch yourself bracing your shoulders or neck to do it right, soften and shorten the counts until the movement is easy. Now the physiological sigh. This one is powerful when anxiety's sticky. Take a short inhale through the nose, then a second small top-up inhale, and a long, steady exhale through the mouth like fogging a mirror. Do 3 to 5 reps. The double inhale reopens collapsed air sacs. The long exhale dumps carbon dioxide and drops arousal. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Layer a single sensory label on the exhale. Sleeve texture, floor pressure, air on cheeks. That tiny anchor prevents your mind from spinning while you breathe. Posture reset is next. DPDR loves a slumped, collapsed chest because it reads as threat or defeat. Stand or sit with feet planted hip width. Imagine your spine getting tall, not rigid. Roll shoulders up, back, and down once. Let your chest open a touch, chin level, jaw loose, tongue resting on the roof of your mouth. Hands unclenched. This is not military posture, it's available posture. 2 breaths here, noticing weight through your feet, is often enough to feel more inside your body. Common pitfall, overcorrecting and locking your lower back. Fix it by softening knees and letting your ribs float rather than flare. Now movement. Movement floods your system with clear proprioceptive data. Pressure shifts, muscle work, balance, and that crowds out vague unreality. A brisk 30 to 60 second walk is ideal. Count 8 steps, then name one external detail, repeat. If you've just used cold, the first 10 seconds might feel buzzy. Keep your exhale steady and the buzz settles. No space to walk. Do a slow, deliberate posture flow. Press feet into the floor for 5 seconds. Rise tall, shrug and release shoulders. Rotate your head gently left and right, return to neutral. Or do 10 controlled calf raises, feeling the heel lift and lower. The game changer nobody talks about is stairs. 1 flight at a conversational pace with an exhale on every second step resets arousal fast. Common mistakes to avoid: hyperventilation and tension bracing. Hyperventilation sneaks in when you chase deep breaths. Depth isn't the goal, smooth is. If you feel lightheaded, Shorten the inhale, lengthen the exhale, and switch to nose breathing. Tension bracing shows up as clenched jaw, lifted shoulders, and rigid belly. Fix it by adding a micro-body scan on the exhale. Jaw soften, shoulders drop, belly release. If your breath gets tight during movement, pause, do one physiological sigh, then continue at half speed. Remember, the second fear tries to turn even breathing into a test. Keep it simple, and you starve that loop. Let me show you exactly how to stack this after a cold reset. You run reset ice in palm, 3 long exhales, name 1 detail. Then, 2 rounds of box breathing with a 6-count exhale. Posture reset, feet planted, spine tall, shoulders back and down. 45-second walk counting steps to 8, naming a detail on each 8th step. Finish with 1 sigh and a quick rating. Detachment 6 to 4, anxiety 5 to 3. If numbers don't move, they don't have to for this to be working. Watch your breath and posture. If they're steadier, you're trending right. In public, keep it discreet. Do the posture reset in your chair. Run 3 silent box breath cycles with extended exhales. Then stand and take a slow walk to refill water or the restroom, counting steps and feeling your shoes contact the floor. On transit, stay seated, plant feet, press toes into the shoe for 5 seconds, then heels for 5, while running quiet exhales. Once you nail this, everything else clicks. The physical cue opens the door, breath smooths the threshold, posture says safe and available. Movement seals the new state with body evidence your brain trusts. Next, we'll tackle the second fear loop, the mental spiral that keeps DPDR stuck, and use acceptance to stop arguing with your own mind. Technique 3 overview, the acceptance paradox, why it works. Now we tackle the second fear loop, the part that keeps DPDR sticky even when your body is settling. The second fear is the fear of feeling unreal. It sounds like, what if this never goes away? What if I'm broken? That reaction is understandable, but it pours gasoline on the fire. Your brain reads the fear about the feeling as proof of danger and keeps the alarms blaring. The unreal feeling isn't the main villain. The fear of the feeling is. The acceptance paradox flips that script. Instead of wrestling with the sensation, pushing, arguing, checking, you acknowledge it and stop feeding it threat value. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's a strategic de-threat signal. This is uncomfortable and safe. When the nervous system stops getting danger messages about the sensation itself, it loses the reason to stay hypervigilant. The intensity drops because you removed its fuel source. Here's why this works in plain language. Thoughts and feelings are events. They show up, do their thing, and pass. When you treat them like commands or facts, your brain fuses with them and reacts as if they're emergencies. Acceptance and commitment therapy calls it cognitive diffusion. Stepping back just enough to see a thought as a thought, a feeling as a feeling. When you diffuse, you create space to choose what you do next instead of chasing certainty. The thing most people miss is that acceptance changes the fight you're in. The original fight is, make this go away right now. That fight spikes adrenaline and drives checking. Scanning your body, testing reality, asking, am I normal yet? That's the second fear running the show. Accepting means you drop the test and return attention to what matters. Breath, detail, and a small task in front of you. Paradoxically, that's when symptoms soften. You stopped rewarding the second fear with constant measuring. Another reason this helps. Threat appraisal is the knob that controls arousal. If your brain believes unreal feeling equals danger, it cranks arousal up. If it learns unreal feeling equals unpleasant but safe, it turns the knob down. Acceptance is the training signal that teaches safe and starves the second fear. You pair a calm behavior, longer exhale, gentle labeling, with the sensation and your system updates. We can have this feeling and still function. Safety matters here. We're not telling you to accept unsafe situations. We're saying accept the internal experience as it is, while you steer your actions towards safety and values. If you're driving, you can accept, I feel floaty, and still crack the window, name 3 roadside details, and keep your distance. If you're in a meeting, you accept my head feels weird, and keep your body oriented, run a silent micro-round, and contribute 1 sentence. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Acceptance has words and posture. Words like, I'm noticing though I'm not real story. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. And thanks brain, delivered in a steady tone, reduce fusion and stop feeding the second fear. Posture, tall, available, shoulders soft, tells your body, no emergency. Deliver them together and your nervous system listens faster. If you remember nothing else, remember soft body, simple words. A micro-story to make it concrete. Last week, a client kept losing hours to checking, mirrors, texts to friends, symptom Googling. We swapped the checks for a 2-line script and a task. Script: there's the not real thought. I can carry this. Task: send 1 email she'd been avoiding. The first day, the urge screamed. She said the lines, did the email, then did a 2-2-1 anchor. By day 3, episodes still showed up, but they lasted minutes instead of an hour because the loop had nothing to feed on. Limitations and honesty. Acceptance won't erase sensation on command. Some days it'll drop intensity quickly. Other days it'll just keep you functioning while it fades in the background. Both outcomes are wins. You measure success by behavior and recovery time, not by total absence of weirdness. Improvement is stepwise, not linear. Once you nail this mindset, everything else clicks. You use the sensory anchor to orient, the physical shift to reset, and acceptance to stop the second fear from rebooting the spiral. Next, I'll give you Defusion lines and a quick practice you can run mid-episode so acceptance becomes automatic when you need it. Technique 3: Implementation. Cognitive Defusion scripts and practice. Let's make acceptance usable in the wild with simple scripts you can run mid-episode. Think short lines, neutral tone, soft body. The words create distance. Your posture removes the emergency. Start with labeling. The thing most people miss is to name the thought, not argue with it. Use: I'm noticing the thought. I feel unreal. If it morphs, keep pace. I'm noticing the urge to check. I'm noticing the story. This means I'm broken. That extra, I'm noticing, puts you back in the observer seat without debate and stops the second fear from hijacking your attention. Add playful distance to loosen the grip. Try: my brain's playing the I'm not. Real track: thanks brain. Or, the mind radio is back on the same channel. You're not mocking yourself, you're labeling a pattern. If the thought sticks, repeat calmly. The repetition is the intervention, not the cleverness. Lock in safety. Use this line: uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Then match it with 1 slow exhale. That pairing, soft words plus longer outbreath, teaches your nervous system what safe feels like in real time and deprives the second fear of fuel. If you remember nothing else, remember that sentence. Now a quick flow you can memorize. Step 1, label. I'm noticing the not real story. Step 2, safety anchor. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Step 3, orient with a single detail. Blue folder with a bent corner. Step 4, long exhale. That's 1 loop. 2 to 3 loops usually cuts the urgency. Let me show you exactly how to practice. Set a 60 to 120 second timer. During that window, your only job is to allow the sensation without fixing it. Sit with available posture, tall, soft shoulders. On every outbreath, say 1 line quietly in your head. Here's the unreal feeling, then a detail. Shirt seam on my wrist. If your mind argues, use not helpful and return to the line. When the timer ends, you do 1 small action that matters. Send a message, fill your water, step outside for light. That values redirect is the payoff. You showed your brain you can feel weird and still do life. Build a short menu of scripts so you don't scramble when spiking. Use any of these. Right now my mind is producing, I'm detached. Noted. Thanks brain. You're trying to help. I've got this. I can carry this feeling while I breathe out slow. Orientation, not certainty. Then name 1 detail. Let it be here while I do the next thing. Common mistakes and the fix. Mistake 1, arguing with thoughts. You'll catch yourself saying, no, I am real. That's still fusion, and it feeds the second fear. Fix, go back to, I'm noticing the thought, and soften your shoulders. Mistake 2, hunting certainty. You ask yourself, but what if this time is different? Fix, name it, the what if hook. Exhale longer, do 1 values action. Mistake 3, turning scripts into rituals. If you're repeating lines to feel perfect, you're still testing the feeling and rewarding the second fear. Fix, cap yourself at 2 to 3 loops, then move. Values redirect makes this stick. During symptoms, pick the smallest meaningful action you can complete in under 2 minutes. Examples: reply received to an email, wash 1 dish, water a plant, step into sunlight for 60 seconds, or write a single sentence of a report. The principle is move toward, not wait until I feel normal. Each successful shift rewires threat appraisal. Practice progression for a week. Day 1 and 2, 2 timer sessions per day, 90 seconds each seated. Day 3 and 4, 1 seated, 1 during a mild task, walking the hallway, making tea. Day 5 and 6, add a micro-social context, saying 1 sentence in a meeting while using your line on the exhale. Day 7, simulate mild triggers for 60 seconds. Dim lights or stand in a quiet room. Run your script, then immediately do a values action. A quick demo mid-episode. You notice the surge. Label. I'm noticing the I'm not real story. Safety. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Exhale long. Orient. Metal door frame, tiny dent. Script again on the next exhale. Then you do 1 email subject draft. Q3 report edits. Hit save. Now run a 2-2-1 micro anchor and rejoin your task. 2 minutes total. The urge will try to drag you back. Reply with, not helpful. Exhale, continue. If you're driving, keep it eyes forward. Script on the exhale. I can carry this. Crack the window. Feel the airflow. Name 3 roadside details over 20 seconds. No phones. If it spikes at night, sit up, posture available, script once, longer exhale, low light 2-2-1 anchor, then back down without doom scrolling. Measure wins by behavior. Did you stay with the task? Did you reduce checking? Did recovery time shorten? Even a 1-minute shave is progress. Improvement is stepwise, not linear. Keep reps short, words simple, body soft, and let the nervous system learn safety by experience. Daily practice routines, building automaticity. Now we make these tools automatic with short daily reps. Think microsets you can actually keep, not heroic sessions you'll skip. Morning routine, 2 minutes before screens. Do a mini sensory anchor. 60 seconds, 5 specifics total. 2 sights, 1 touch, 1 sound, 1 breath-focused detail. Keep it crisp. Light stripe on wall, mug rim chip, shirt seam on wrist, distant traffic left, long exhale. Then do 3 physiological sighs. Small inhale, top-up inhale, long steady exhale. That combo tells your nervous system. Orient first, then downshift. If you wake a bit buzzy, standing posture reset first, feet planted, spine tall, and then run the drill. Midday routine, 5 minutes max. Pick nature if possible. Step outside or to a window. Do a micro-observation. Find 1 plant, cloud, or tree and run a 20-second detailed drill. Edges, color gradients, small imperfections. Then walk for 2 minutes at an easy pace and stack. Count 8 steps, name 1 detail, repeat. Finish with 2 slow exhales longer than inhales. If you're stuck indoors, use a hallway. Notice lighting changes, floor texture under shoes, and 1 distant sound per lap. The thing most people miss is sunlight. Even 1 minute of outdoor light stabilizes circadian rhythm, which helps nighttime DPDR. Evening routine, 3 minutes, low effort. Do a gentle temperature shift that won't wake you up. Cool washcloth press to cheeks for 20 to 30 seconds with a long exhale. Then run a 2-2-1 low light sensory anchor. Outline 1 object with your eyes, feel sheet texture. Listen for a faint sound, long exhale. Wrap with 1 acceptance line to cut second fear before bed. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. No phones during this block. If your mind itches to check symptoms, tag it not helpful. Exhale long, and return to the drill. Weekly expansion, 1 block that buys you momentum. Do a 20 to 60 minute nature session, or a device-free sensory hour. Leave headphones. Walk without a destination and layer senses. Every minute, rotate, sight detail, touch cue, air on skin, foot pressure, sound location. If nature isn't accessible, do a home version. Cook without media and narrate 3 sensory details per step. The goal is to build tolerance for present moment input without escape hatches. Habit design makes or breaks this. Pair each drill with something you already do. Morning, after brushing teeth, mini anchor plus size. Midday, after lunch, 2-minute walk plus label. Evening, after washing face, cool press plus low light anchor. Use a tiny visual cue. Post it with detail default. Mint tin by the desk, textured keychain in pocket. Track reps, not perfection. A checkmark or A for anchor, C for cold, X for acceptance in your notes app. 5 to 7 reps per day counts, even if each is 20 seconds. Frequency teaches your brain faster than intensity. Progression plan for 2 weeks. Days 1 to 3, learn scripts and run each daily routine as written. Days 4 to 7, add a simulated mild trigger during 1 routine. Dim a room for 60 seconds, stand in a quiet hallway, and practice your acceptance line plus 1 micro anchor. Days 8 to 10, add the gentlest cold exposure to your evening or midday slot. Cool wrist rinse or washcloth press, and immediately follow with a 2-2-1 anchor. Days 11 to 14, stress test in a real context at low stakes. A short store run, a meeting comment, a brief drive. Use your primary tool and one stack. Common snags and fixes. I forget. Tie it to anchors you never miss. Coffee doorways, hand washing. It feels pointless when I'm calm. That's the point. Calm reps wire the pathway you'll need during spikes. I'm too busy. Cut to 30 seconds. 2 sights, 1 touch, 1 sound, 1 exhale. I overdo it. Cap drills with a phrase. Good enough, then move on. Over-efforting turns practice into ritual. Your North Star each day. Orient, interrupt, reduce. Orient with detail, interrupt checking, reduce arousal 1 notch. Keep reps tiny and repeatable. Automaticity shows up when your hands start the drill before your thoughts do. And that's when DPDR loses its leverage. Troubleshooting, when it spikes in public, at work, or alone. Let's make this practical for real-life scenes where DPDR loves to show up. The rule is the same everywhere. Orient, interrupt, reduce, quietly and fast. Public places. You do not have to leave. Run a silent micro 2-2-2-2-2-, 1 capped at 30 seconds. 2 sights. Exit sign blue, tile scuffed. 2 touches. Phone warm, shoe pressure. 2 sounds. AC left, voices far. 2 smells. Soap sleeve, coffee faint. 1 breath. Long, steady exhale. Keep your eyes moving, chin level, shoulders soft. If the urge to bolt spikes, tag it not helpful. Plant your feet for 5 seconds. Then take 10 slow steps counting to 8, naming 1 detail at step 8. Leaving becomes optional, not automatic. At work or in meetings, keep it invisible. Use a tactile anchor under the table. Thumb rubs fingertip ridges, or roll a pen, and track the click. Name 3 sounds silently. HVAC hum, keyboard left, hallway footstep. Keep an available posture. Spine tall, shoulders down, so your body signals safe. Add a values redirect. Contribute 1 short sentence, or ask a clarifying question. If your screen makes you woozy, shift gaze to a far point for 5 seconds, then back, and run 2 cycles of 4 inches, 6 out breathing. Driving. Safety first. Eyes forward, no phones. If the floaty feeling creeps in, crack the window for cool airflow across cheeks. Label 3 roadside details over 20 seconds. White truck, green sign, shadow line across lane. And exhale longer than you inhale. Increase following distance to drop pressure. If a spike surges, don't fight it at highway speed. Take the next safe exit, park, run resetter, cool water on wrists or a washcloth press for 20 seconds, 3 long exhales, then a 2-2-1 micro anchor. When your rating drops a notch, resume driving with the turn signal rhythm. 3 clicks, 1 exhale. At night, the trap is chasing certainty. Keep lights low. Run a low light anchor. Outline 1 object's silhouette. Feel sheet texture. Locate 1 distant sound. Long exhale. If the spiral starts, sit up. Available posture. And run 1 acceptance loop. I'm noticing the unreal story. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Then the gentlest cold, cool wrist rinse or washcloth press, followed by a 2-2-1 anchor. No phones, no symptom googling. If sleep won't come, move to a dim room, read 2 pages of a dull book while breathing 4 inches, 6 out, then back to bed. Remember the 1-notch rule. You're not trying to feel perfect in a noisy world. You're aiming for a single notch more here. Then back to what matters. Orientation beats certainty. Frequency beats heroics. And you already have the tools. Personalization, mapping triggers, and choosing your primary tool. Let's tailor this so it works on your brain, not a generic brain. Start by mapping patterns. For 1 week, jot quick notes when DPDR flares. Time of day, location, what you were doing, sleep hours, caffeine, stress load, and any body sensations right before it hit. Keep it simple. 2:15 p.m., office, 5 hours sleep, 2 coffees, email backlog, floaty plus tunnel vision. After 7 days, circle repeats. You'll usually see clusters like afternoons after poor sleep, screens without breaks, high-stakes conversations, driving at dusk, or crowded fluorescent spaces. Now connect triggers to tool fit. Use this quick matching logic. If your flares start with vision feels off/flat, lead with sensory anchor using touch and sound first. If arousal spikes fast, heart race, heat, panic, go physical shift, then micro anchor. If the trap is looping thoughts and checking, acceptance scripts first, then anchor. Choose your primary tool by response, not theory. Run a 3-day test. Day 1. Respond to every spike with sensory anchor microrounds for 2 to 3 reps. Day 2. Use physical shift resets first, then 1 micro anchor. Day 3. Use acceptance scripts plus 1 values action each time. Track a quick -10 rating before and 2 minutes after. The winner is the tool that consistently drops intensity, 1 to 2 points fastest with the least side effects. That's your primary. The others become your stack. Create a response card you can glance at under pressure. Front side, primary, anchor cold acceptance. Sequence, e.g. 2-2-2-2-1 long exhale values action. Backside, 3 trigger plans. Example, driving dusk. Window crack, 3 roadside labels, long exhale. Meetings, tactile pen roll, 3 silent sound labels, 1 sentence said. Night, cool wrist rinse, low light 2-2-1, acceptance line once. Add 1 if then for each common snag. If vision goes weird, then switch to touch plus sound. If I start checking, then not helpful plus values action. If anxiety 7, then resetter before anchoring. Practice on purpose to build confidence. Choose mild simulations that nudge, not overwhelm. Dim a room for 60 seconds. Walk a busy aisle for 2 minutes. Or sit in your parked car at dusk. Run your sequence once, then leave. You're training your brain that the plan works in context, not just in your living room. 2 or 3 tiny rehearsals beat 1 heroic exposure. Review weekly with data, not vibes. Look at your notes, frequency, intensity, and recovery time. If episodes drop from 6 to 4, or recovery shrinks from 20 to 8 minutes, the plan is working, keep it. If a trigger keeps beating you, tweak the front end. Stronger physical shift first, shorter anchor rounds, or an earlier acceptance line to stop second fear. Customize sensory channels. If smell is weak in your world, carry a consistent scent. If taste grounds you fast, keep mints handy. If touch is king, add a textured ring or keychain. Make the easiest anchor the most available one. Set boundaries around lifestyle levers that worsen your map. If caffeine shows up in half your spikes, delay the first cup 90 minutes and cap total. If sleep debt is a glaring pattern, anchor your wake time and protect wind down. If screens are a trigger, build sunlight and movement microdoses every 90 minutes. Finally, name a single North Star for the week. Reduce checking by 50%, or 1 notch drop within 2 minutes. Simplicity keeps you honest. Your brain follows what you measure. Pick your primary, stack smart, rehearse small, and let repetition do the heavy lifting. Lifestyle levers: sleep, caffeine, screens, and stress. These levers don't replace the tools. You've felt the tools work, but they make every rep easier. Think of them as lowering the noise floor, so your anchors and acceptance have less interference. Start with sleep regularity. Your brain loves a predictable wake time more than a perfect bedtime. Pick a wake time you can hit 7 days a week and protect it. If nights run late, don't sleep in more than 60 minutes. Catch up with a 15 to 20 minute early afternoon nap if you must, never late day. Build a wind down. 60 minutes before bed, dim lights, slower breath, no stimulating tasks. Keep the room dark, cool, and quiet. Blackout shades, a fan or white noise, and a temperature that nudges you to put a light blanket on. If your mind revs in bed, do the low light 2-2-1 anchor once, then stillness. If you can't sleep after 20 minutes, get up, read something dull in dim light, and return when sleepy. You're training your body clock, not forcing sleep. Caffeine windowing next. Caffeine after wake feels great. Caffeine too soon feels jittery. Delay your first cup 60 to 90 minutes after waking to let natural alertness rise. Cap total intake to your personal tolerance. Many people find 200 to 300 milligrams per day workable, and set a hard stop 8 hours before bed. If you're noticing afternoon spikes or evening derealization, run a simple experiment. Half your usual dose for a week and move the last sip earlier. Swap the 4th cup for hydration and sunlight. Use caffeine strategically for performance, not as a bandage for poor sleep. Screens are sneaky. Long, uninterrupted screen sessions compress your sensory world to 2 dimensions, which primes unreality. Break the tunnel every 60 to 90 minutes with sunlight and distance. Stand, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds, then walk for 1 minute, naming a single detail. Outside light beats indoor light for stabilizing your clock. Even 2 minutes outside changes the feel of the afternoon. Cut doom scrolling entirely during flares. Your brain is already threat monitoring. Replace it with a neutral input, a short instrumental track, a fan on low, or the hum of a busy cafe. 2 other tweaks that help quickly. Enable night shift/warm color in the evening, and increase ambient room light during the day to reduce the screen's relative dominance. Exercise and movement shape your baseline. Aim for most days of moderate movement, walking, cycling, light strength, for 20 to 40 minutes. You're not chasing max heart rate. You're building steady, predictable body signals your brain trusts. Overtraining can backfire with jitter and detachment, so watch the pattern. If heavy intervals spike symptoms later, balance them with easy days and longer cooldowns with extended exhales. On low-energy days, microdoses count. 3 5-minute walks beat 1 missed 30-minute workout. Movement stacks seamlessly with your anchors. Count 8 steps, name 1 detail, and doubles as stress reduction. Nutrition and hydration won't cure DPDR, but crash cycles make everything louder. Keep meals regular, protein and fiber each time, to avoid blood sugar dips that mimic anxiety. Front-load hydration earlier in the day. If you tend to forget food during stress, set a fuel check with lunch. Eat something simple, then 1 acceptance line and a 2-minute walk. Alcohol and cannabis can complicate recovery for some people. If you notice rebounds the next day, cut them or lower the dose while you're stabilizing. Stress adds load. We lower it with structure. Use the 2-minute task rule when overwhelmed. Pick 1 meaningful action you can finish in 120 seconds. Do it, then reassess. That trims rumination without needing motivation first. Build a 5-minute afternoon reset. Sunlight, 2 physiological size, 1221 microround. Schedule worry, oddly enough. 10 minutes in the evening to list concerns on paper, then close the page. It tells your mind, we'll handle this at a time, reducing intrusive loops during the day. Quick weekly checklist. Wake time anchored within 60 minutes daily, first caffeine, after 60 to 90 minutes. Last sip 8 hours before bed, screen breaks with outdoor light every 60 to 90 minutes, 4 to 5 movement days. Cool downs with longer exhales, regular meals. No crash fasting on high-stress days, 1 5-minute afternoon reset on your calendar. You don't need perfection. You need predictability. These levers reduce baseline arousal, which means fewer spikes, faster recovery, and more headroom for your anchor, cold reset, and acceptance to work. Keep them simple, pair them with your existing routines, and let consistency do the heavy lifting. Tracking progress and building confidence. Let's make your progress visible, so your brain starts trusting the plan. You're going to track just enough data to spot wins, not so much that it becomes another ritual. Define 4 simple metrics. Frequency. How many episodes or spikes today? Duration. How long a typical spike lasted? Intensity. Your peak -10 for detachment and anxiety. Recovery time. Minutes from tool start to 1 notch down. Keep it lightweight. After each use of your tools, jot F, D, IDET/ANX/R. If you hate typing, use initials and numbers only. Use a -10 rating to keep it consistent. 0 is nothing. 10 is the worst you can imagine. Calibrate once and reuse that mental scale. You're not chasing accuracy to the decimal. Direction matters. If detachment drops from 7 to 5, that's a clear win. If anxiety holds at 6 but your breath smooths and posture is available, that's still progress because behavior stabilized. Celebrate micro wins immediately. Your nervous system learns from what you mark. Say out loud, 1 notch, or tap your chest once and think, good. It sounds corny, but that tiny reward tags the rep as useful. The thing most people miss is reinforcing safety memory. When you reflect, include 1 sentence. Used reset be at work, back to task in 3 minutes. That's safety encoded in language. Expect a lag. Improvement is stepwise, not linear. You'll have 3 decent days, then 1 noisier day. Don't rewrite the plan on the noisy day. Use the noisy day to prove you can still run the sequence. Confidence grows from, I can handle it, not from, it never happens. Track trend lines weekly, not daily swings. Create a simple daily line in your Notes app. AM routine done? Y/N spikes. Count fastest recovery. Minutes tools used. ARC/X letters notable win. 1 sentence that's under a minute if you keep it tight. If you skip a day, don't backfill. Start again today. Momentum beats completeness. Share your plan with one person you trust, or a therapist if you have one. Tell them your primary tool, your response card, and your weekly goal. Ask them to text you midweek. What was your one-notch win? Accountability turns intentions into reps. If you're in therapy, bring your data. It helps tailor the next step. Stronger physical shift first, shorter anchors, or earlier acceptance lines. Use weekly reviews to adjust. Once a week, skim your notes. Circle any consistent trigger you haven't addressed, like late caffeine or screens after 10 p.m. Decide one tweak only for the coming week. Example: cut caffeine after 2 p.m. or add cool wrist rinse to evening routine. Too many changes muddies the signal. Add a visual proof board if you like seeing progress. 3 columns on paper. Used tools, one-notch wins, values actions. Each time you run a sequence, put a tick in used tools. Each notch down gets a tick in one-notch wins. Each meaningful action during symptoms, email sent, plant watered, gets a tick in values actions. Watching those stacks grow is a confidence engine. Build a rebound plan so setbacks don't derail you. If you have a rough day, your next day is autopilot. Morning mini anchor plus 3 size, midday 2-minute walk with labeling, evening cool press plus low light 2-2-1. Scripts ready, no decision fatigue. 2 consistent days reset momentum. Finally, redefine confidence. It isn't, I never feel unreal. It's, I know what to do when I do. The reps teach your nervous system that these sensations are survivable noise, not sirens. Keep the data simple, reward the small wins, and let your actions be the proof your brain can't argue with. Common mistakes that prolong DPDR. Let's clean up the habits that quietly keep DPDR looping. If you fix these, everything you've learned works faster with less effort. Safety behaviors that backfire come first. Compulsive checking, mirrors, front camera. Do I feel normal yet? Teaches your brain the sensation is dangerous. Each check is a mini alarm. Replace checks with orientation. Trade am I real? For blue binder, cool mug, long exhale. Then do one small action. 2 to 3 loops max, then move. That's how you stop rewarding the symptom. Reassurance loops do the same thing. Asking friends, Googling symptoms, or scrolling forums might feel soothing for a minute, but it spikes uncertainty later by feeding the second fear. Swap reassurance for a script plus behavior. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Long exhale, send one sentence, return to task. If you must ask for support, ask them to prompt your plan. Run your card, not your fine. Chasing certainty is a trap. The mind keeps serving, what if questions you can't close. What if it's forever? What if I'm broken? Certainty isn't available, and hunting it raises arousal. Name the hook, the what-if spiral. Exhale longer, choose a values action. Orientation beats certainty every time, and refusing the certainty test keeps the second fear from rebooting. Overusing screens and isolating during flares compresses your senses to 2 dimensions and amplifies internal scanning. Don't hide in your phone. Add real-world inputs. Stand, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Walk for 1 minute, name one detail. If you need audio, pick neutral sounds, not doom scrolling. A fan, soft instrumentals, or cafe murmur gives your brain predictable, non-threatening input. Over-efforting the techniques turns them into rituals. If you're doing 10 perfect 5-4-3-2-1 rounds, hunting a specific feeling, you're back to testing. Keep rounds short and useful. Micro 2-2-2-2-1. Long exhale, values action. Cap it with good enough, then re-engage life. The goal is function and orientation, not flawless form. Internal checking kills progress. That's the constant body scan for proof you're better. Am I less floaty? Is my heart slower yet? Each internal scan pulls attention inward and feeds uncertainty. Instead, check behavior. Did you send the email? Did you walk those steps? Behavior is the metric your brain respects. Breath mistakes matter. Hyperventilating in the name of deep breathing creates dizziness that mimics DPDR. Quality over quantity. Smooth in, longer out, shoulders soft. If lightheaded, reduce inhale, extend exhale, breathe through the nose, and pause movement for one physiological sigh. Going too cold, too long is another common error. Icy shocks or breath holding can spike adrenaline. Keep it cool and steady, buffered 10 to 60 seconds, paired with a slow out-breath. No ice baths, no forced breath holds. If you tense up, you've gone too far. Dial it down and repeatable wins return. Ignoring basics undercuts every tool. Sleep chaos, late caffeine, and zero daylight raise baseline arousal, so every spike starts higher. Anchor wake time. Delay caffeine 60 to 90 minutes. Get 2 minutes of outdoor light every 60 to 90 minutes. Not glamorous, effective. Abandoning routines on good days slows learning. Reps wire the path you'll need when it's loud. Keep the tiny drills even when you feel fine. Mini anchor in the morning, 2 size midday, cool press at night. That's how automaticity forms. Finally, giving episodes center stage. Canceling plans, shrinking your world, or putting life on hold teaches, this controls me. Use the 1-notch rule. Aim for a single notch better, then do the next small meaningful thing. Progress shows up when you live first and measure less. Micro stories, fast wins and lessons learned. A quick win I love. One student used to ride out 40-minute episodes every afternoon. We built Resetter, ice in palm for 15 seconds, 3 long exhales, name 1 detail, then a 2-2-1 micro anchor. First week she texted, 8 minutes and I'm back at my desk. The difference wasn't heroics, it was sequence and stopping the am I real yet? Checks. She rated detachment from 8 to 5 in 2 rounds because she anchored first, then worked, instead of testing. Nighttime spirals are another big one. A viewer kept waking at 2 a.m., heart racing, mind screaming. This is permanent. We swapped doom scrolling for a low-light plan. Available posture, 1 acceptance loop. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Cool wrist rinse for 20 seconds, then a 2-2-1 anchor and back down. The first 2 nights, she needed 2 loops. By night 5, 1 loop plus a longer exhale was enough to fall back asleep. Her note said, I still feel weird sometimes, but I don't fear it. That's the second fear loop losing fuel. Driving used to be a panic trap for a client who commuted at dusk. We made a 1-minute protocol. Crack the window, feel the airflow, name 3 roadside details over 20 seconds. Lengthen the exhale, increase following distance. If it surged, he took the next exit, ran a cool wrist rinse at the gas station sink, and did a 2-2-1 micro anchor before merging back. 2 weeks later he reported, no exits this week, window and labels did it. He didn't need to feel perfect, he needed 1 notch and a plan. Another fast win came from adding stairs. A client in open plan offices felt unreal by mid-afternoon. We built a discrete stack. 2 physiological sighs at his desk, posture available, then 1 flight of stairs with an exhale every second step and 1 detail per landing. Back at his chair, he labeled 3 sounds and resumed a task. He went from 3 daily spikes to 1 in a week. Stairs gave him clean proprioceptive data, and the detail kept his mind out of the echo chamber. Values actions are tiny but sticky. A grad student kept delaying writing until she felt normal. We made a rule. During symptoms, type 1 sentence, save, then run a 2-2-1 micro anchor. She messaged, I wrote 300 words by accident. That's the paradox. When you stop testing and start doing, symptoms stop earning attention. Finally, a note on compassion. A client berated himself every time he blanked in a meeting. We added the line, thanks, brain, trying to help, plus soft shoulders, then 1 sentence out loud. The very next meeting, he rode a surge, said his line, asked 1 clarifying question, and the wave passed. He didn't become fearless, he became skillful. And that's all you need, good enough reps, tiny wins, and a plan you actually use. Your 14-day anchor plan, step by step. Let's turn all of this into a simple 2-week plan you can follow without overthinking. The goal isn't perfection. It's consistent reps that train your nervous system to orient faster, reset cleaner, and ignore the second fear loop. Days 1 to 3 are about learning the moves and getting reps while calm. Each day, do the 3 daily routines you've already set up. The morning mini-sensory anchor, plus 3 physiological sighs, the midday micro-observation and short walk with labels, and the evening cool press plus low light, 2-2-1 with 1 acceptance line. During the day, practice your primary tool once when you're not spiking. Think of it as rehearsal. Run a micro 2-2-2-2-1 anchor, or a brief cool wrist rinse plus a long exhale, or a 90-second diffusion timer with uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Track your -10 before and after, even if it's low. You're teaching your brain the sequence under easy conditions, so it shows up automatically under stress. Days 4 to 7, start light simulations and simple stacking. Pick 1 mild trigger a day and run your response card once. Dim a room for 60 seconds, sit in a quiet hallway, or walk a slightly busier aisle. Run your primary first, then add one stack. For example, acceptance line on the exhale, then a micro anchor, or cool washcloth press, then a 2-2-1 anchor, or a short anchor followed by a 45-second walk counting to 8 and labeling one detail. You're proving the plan works in context. Keep drills short so they don't become rituals. 2 to 3 loops max, then a tiny values action like sending one received message or stepping into sunlight for 60 seconds. At the end of each day, jot your quick metrics: spikes, fastest recovery, tools used, and one win. If any simulation feels too hot, scale down. Less time, gentler stimulus, or switch sensory channels. Days 8 to 10, add gentle temperature work to build a clean interoceptive shift you can trust. Pick one slot, midday or evening, and use a buffered cool stimulus. Cool washcloth on cheeks for 20 to 30 seconds with a long exhale, or cool wrist rinse at the sink. No breath holding, no icy shocks. Immediately follow with a micro anchor. 2 sights, 2 touches, 1 sound, long exhale. Then a small action. If you're working through the afternoon slump, stack posture reset before you stand up. Feet planted, spine tall, shoulders soft, 2 smooth breaths. Then walk for a minute counting steps and naming a detail. If you notice lightheadedness, you went too intense, dial the temperature down and extend the exhale instead. Your rating might not drop every time. Prioritize smoother breath, available posture, and re-engagement with the task. Days 11 to 14, stress test at low stakes in real contexts, and refine your response card. Choose one situation each day that reliably nudges symptoms. Short store run, a brief drive, a comment in a meeting, or standing in a line. Before you start, read your primary sequence. Run it once when you feel the lift. Keep it discreet. Silent micro anchor, longer outbreath, one acceptance line. If you're driving, use the window crack plus 3 roadside labels and longer exhale. If you're in a meeting, use a tactile anchor under the table and say one sentence. After each test, capture your numbers and note what moved the needle. If something snagged, vision flattening, breath tightening, add an if-then tweak to your card. If vision goes weird, switch to touch and sound. Or, if breath gets tight, one physiological sigh, then half speed. Here's how a full day might look on day 7. Morning after brushing teeth. Mini anchor. 2 sights, 1 touch, 1 sound, long exhale, then 3 physiological sighs. Midday. 2-minute walk, count to 8, name one detail, repeat. Cool wrist rinse for 20 seconds, long exhale. Finish with a single acceptance line. Afternoon simulation. Sit in a quiet stairwell for 60 seconds. Run a micro 2-2-2-2-1. Exhale longer. Then send a 1-line email. Evening. Cool washcloth press. Low light 2-2-1. 1 acceptance loop. No screens. Metrics. Spikes 2. Fastest recovery 3 minutes. Tools AIC/X win. Used plan at grocery line stayed. Success criteria by day 14 are simple. You want faster recovery. 1 to 3 minutes to drop a notch more often than not. Less fear about the feeling. Fewer checks, less reassurance seeking. And more control. Your hands start the sequence before your mind spirals. You'll still have waves. You'll just have a reliable way to surf them. A few guardrails keep this smooth. Cap any single technique at 2 to 3 loops, so it doesn't turn into a ritual. When in doubt, do less per round and stack a small values action at the end. Keep the cold cool and steady, buffered, 10 to 60 seconds, with longer exhales. If a day goes sideways, bad sleep, extra caffeine, loud stress, lean on the autopilot. Morning mini anchor, midday 2-minute walk with labels, evening cool press plus low light 2-2-1. Tomorrow you return to the plan. By the end of 2 weeks, your response card should feel like muscle memory. You'll know your primary, your stacks, and your if-then tweaks. Most important, you'll trust the sequence because you've seen it work in your own life. Next up, I'll hit a rapid-fire FAQ to cover edge cases and make sure you don't get tripped by avoidable nuance. Rapid FAQ, nuances and edge cases. Is this forever? No one can promise timelines, but patterns change with reps. Think course correction, not a switch. You measure success by faster recovery, fewer checks, and more life regained. Many people report that as the second fear fades, episodes get shorter and less frequent. Can these tools work if I'm on medication? Yes. Medication decisions are between you and your provider, but anchors, gentle temperature shifts, and acceptance scripts are behavioral skills. They play well with meds and therapy. Keep tracking your metrics so you and your clinician can see what's actually helping. What if my DPDR is linked to trauma? Go slower and consider working with a trauma-informed clinician. Keep stimulus gentle and predictable. Shorter rounds, longer exhales, and values actions that feel safe. If a context is triggering, use micro anchors and keep exits optional, not mandatory. The goal is capacity building, not white knuckling. Can I do this while driving or at work? Yes, with micro versions. Driving, eyes forward, window crack for airflow, 3 roadside labels over 20 seconds, longer exhale, increase following distance. Work, tactile anchor under the table, 3 silent sound labels, available posture, contribute 1 sentence. Keep it invisible and brief. What if symptoms spike during practice? That's not failure, that's data. Shrink the drill. Go from 5-4-3-2-1 to 2-2-1. Switch sensory channels, touch and sound instead of vision. Add 1 slow exhale after each line. Cap at 2 loops and do a tiny values action to close the round. If arousal is high, insert a cool and steady wrist rinse first. Cold exposure feels too intense. Now what? Use buffered. Cool and steady, 10 to 30 seconds. Washcloth on cheeks, cool wrist rinse, or a cold pack with a towel. Pair with longer exhales. Skip breath holding and icy shocks. If you tense or gasp, you've gone too far. Dial it down and repeatability returns. My vision feels flat and makes me panic. Stop testing your depth perception. Shift to touch and sound for 1 round. Sleeve seam, chair pressure, vent hum, long exhale. Then precision mode on a single object for 10 seconds. Notice an edge or tiny scratch, just once. Good enough, then move. Breathing drills make me more anxious. Drop counts. Use posture available, soften shoulders, and ride the out-breath only. 1 physiological sigh, small inhale, top-up inhale, long exhale, then stop. Add a values action, so breath isn't the main event. How do I know if I should see a professional? If symptoms are persistent, disabling, tied to trauma, or you're unsure about safety or medical questions, talk to a licensed clinician or your primary care provider. Rule out medical issues if you have new neurological symptoms, head injury, substance effects, or anything that worries you. These tools are skills, not a substitute for medical care. What if I'm already in therapy? Great. Bring your response card, your -10 metrics, and your week's wins. Ask your therapist to help refine your if-then plans. Practice scripts in session, and integrate values actions that matter to you. Can caffeine really make it worse? For many people, yes, especially with poor sleep. Try delaying the first cup 60 to 90 minutes, capping dose, and stopping 8 hours before bed. Run a 1-week experiment and watch your numbers. I keep forgetting to use the tools. Tie them to doorways, hand washing, or coffee. Post a 2-line response card where you see it. 2-2-1, long exhale, do 1 thing. Keep a textured item in your pocket as a tactile cue. Frequency beats intensity. What if I'm in public and can't close my eyes or look odd? You don't need to. Use silent labeling, micro 2-2-2-2-1, available posture, and 10-count steps with 1 detail at step 8. Mint or gum adds a taste anchor without drawing attention. Is acceptance just tolerating misery? No, it's dropping the fight with the sensation so you can act on your values. You still steer to safety and do the next meaningful thing. The paradox is that symptoms lose steam when you stop proving they're dangerous. I tried everything, and some days still feel awful. That happens. Use the autopilot day. Morning mini anchor plus 3 sighs, midday 2-minute walk with labels, evening cool press plus low light 2-2-1. Keep your reps and measure behavior. Trends matter more than bad days. How long before I notice change? Often you'll get small wins in a week. 1-notch drops, fewer checks. Bigger trend shifts show up across weeks. Track and review weekly. Adjust 1 variable at a time. What if I'm scared I'll lose control or go crazy? DPDR feels alarming, but feeling unreal isn't psychosis. Use the line. Uncomfortable and safe can both be true. Then 1 long exhale and a single orienting detail. Pair that with a small action. Your behavior proves control. Can I overdo the techniques? Yes. If it turns into a ritual or a test, cap it. 2 to 3 loops, then move. Good enough closes the round. What if mornings are fine, but afternoons tank? Front-load sunlight and movement early, delay caffeine, schedule a 5-minute reset after lunch. 2 physiological sighs, Micro 221, short walk with labels. Preempt the slump rather than reacting to it. Use this FAQ as a menu, not homework. Pick the answer that fits the edge case you're facing, run it once, and return to what matters. Your key takeaways. Your 3 anchors: sensory, physical shift, and acceptance. Work together to drop arousal, break the second fear loop, and get you back to what matters. Practice when calm so your hands start the sequence before your thoughts do. Save this video to your response card. Share it with someone who can cue your plan, and watch the advanced walkthrough next for real-time demos. Subscribe for grounded psychology you can actually use.